My name is Peter, and I lead the research and development efforts at Contractland. And Contractland is a decentralized exchange that is aimed to deliver a fast, smooth experience for all cryptocurrency users and for all cryptocurrencies. There's two major things that I think that makes Contractland stand out. So one of them, so traditional decentralized exchanges, there are three limitations: security, which come from decentralization itself, speed, and I would say the access of cryptocurrencies that's available for trading. So most decentralized exchanges satisfies one of the two of speed, or I would say all of the decentralized exchanges that I've ever used don't have access to a majority of the tokens. Most of them that I've used are lived on Ethereum, such as IDEX, Ether Delta, 0x. Therefore, they're limited to trading to Ether and ERC20 tokens. So what we built is a bridging technology that allows you to transfer cryptocurrencies between blockchains. So you can, for Contractland, you can transfer tokens from Bitcoin or Ethereum or other blockchain system onto Contractland's blockchain and then trade it there. So we enable the trading of a lot of different cryptocurrencies in a decentralized manner. And from a speed perspective, we built our own custom blockchain system called TerraChain. That is a public blockchain system running on proof of stake, and currently that can support up to a few thousand transactions per second. So this helps us increase this performance without sacrificing the security aspect, without sacrificing decentralization. So traditional decentralized exchanges, I would say, satisfies whether speed or security, meaning, for example, Ether Delta, which started as a pure decentralized exchange that everything lived on chain via smart contracts, have very good security because there's no centralized third party controlling any part of the exchange process. But it lacks in speed because the Ethereum blockchain has very slow block confirmation times. Then you have things like IDEX or 0x, which are hybrid solutions, are on-chain, off-chain solutions, which are marginally faster than Ether Delta, but you're sacrificing on security a bit because now you have a centralized control of things like the order book. You have problems such as transparency and data availability. So there's many ways. Currently, there's many ways, right? First of all, you can just eliminate the existence of the domain in general. It doesn't have to live as a website. It can be a mobile application or a desktop native application, which would be much, much harder for someone to hijack unless you downloaded the wrong application. Then in that case, there's not much else we can do to prevent that from happening. But from a domain perspective, I would say in general, from a true decentralization perspective, you should never use an exchange via a public website. The website of a decentralized exchange should always be open sourced. Therefore, you should always be able to just download the website from GitHub and run it on your own computer locally instead of going to a domain that hosts that website. Essentially, we will have the same results, and you have much more confidence that you're not going to the wrong domain or a domain that has been compromised. So our website is currently on GitHub. You can just download it yourself and run it. We'll have all the instructions on how to run the website locally. Start it. It's just a React application. You can just start it locally. But that's probably right now more for technical users. Your average user probably won't be able to do that. But in the future, we're planning to roll out desktop native and mobile native applications, which will help with that. Definitely. So I'm probably not the right person to ask about this kind of question because that's a lot more business or I would say marketing focused. So currently I know that our business team is working with a lot of community partners, meaning like other cryptocurrency projects such as Smart Mesh, Ambrosis, who will be providing their own tokens on top of Contractland, who will be probably listing their tokens on top of Contractland, and then they will provide liquidities for their own tokens. But what I really envision for Contractland to be, or for the exchange, is that we're looking to host just few major tokens out there, such as Ether, Bitcoin, and few of the top cryptocurrencies, and then probably find market makers for those cryptocurrencies. Because the beauty for Contractland is that currently there's only one UI, right? But the exchange is not the UI. The exchange lives on the blockchain. And anyone can create a UI to interact with this blockchain. There's no concept of listing a token. Any token that exists you can trade it already. It's only a matter of integrating that in the UI, so the average user can use it, can access it. But anyone can create a UI and access and integrate with the blockchain and list any token on their UI. So I imagine in the future, I don't want it to be our problem or our responsibility to do this. I want it to be more a community effort. I want there to be more than one UI or one exchange on TerraChain. For starters, we have investors. That's been really helpful. Without them, wouldn't be able to pay rent. From the fees perspective, usually when you have exchange, you have transaction fees or like exchange fees, which are fees that you pay to the exchange. This is more of a concept for centralized exchanges, right? Because they're running all the operations, they're running all the nodes, all the servers, and they deserve a fee for their work. But for Contractland, the exchange lives on the blockchain. So whoever is running the blockchain system essentially should be getting the fees. It's not whoever wrote the exchange protocol that should be getting it. So currently we're hosting a lot of these nodes. So there's no concept of exchange fee, but there is concept of gas fee. Similar to you have gas or transaction fee on Bitcoin or Ethereum, there's still a concept of gas for TerraChain. Every time you make a transaction, whether it be creating an order, settling a trade or canceling an order, that's an on-chain transaction on TerraChain, and that incurs gas. So currently we plan, or for the foreseeable future, while we're still hosting these nodes, we plan to make money by collecting gas essentially. But we really wanted to make it in a way that essentially it's not only us that are hosting these nodes, but other people that are joining in this on this proof of stake protocol, and so we can slowly fade out. That we wouldn't need money to operate anymore because we're not the only one operating it, or we might not even be the one operating it. That will be more of a community effort. Yeah, so the application is live on the mainnet. Right now, the exchange functionality is still not enabled. That will be enabled in the beginning of February, so end of this month. Currently, everything else is enabled, so you can transfer tokens across chains, you can manage your cryptocurrencies. The only thing that's not enabled until February is the trading aspect. So for our UI, right now there's only one UI that we created. We were only allowing trading of Ether and CLC. But theoretically, anyone can create a UI that can trade any ERC20 token in February, and then that will work. So if you want to contribute or get involved with Contractland, there's a few ways. If you're someone that trades cryptocurrency and that values decentralization and security of your cryptocurrencies, you can start by just using Contractland and try it out and give feedback. We always have free feedback from our users. And if you're more technical focused, such as you're a developer, you can either run a node for TerraChain and then participate in the security of TerraChain, or contribute to the open source development. Just by going to any of the repos of our GitHub, you can contact our team at team@contractland.io, or contact me personally, Peter@contractland.io, for more direction, introductions or guidance on open source development contributions. Or if you're a project that's looking to get your token traded on Contractland, or maybe integrate the trading protocol into your own application, into your own dApp, you can also contact us, and then we can work things out.